We're not gonna take it. Yeah, we're not gonna take it. We ain't gonna take it anymore. Yep. It's kind of snowing right now. It's like still covered with, it's still covered with snow and whatnot. Where I'm at around here. So today there's the subject that I wanted to talk about. Today the subject that I wanted to talk about is having to do with standing up to those who do not have your best interests in mind. And here's something from like Louis Rossmann of the Rossmann Repair Shop in New York City, which, by the way, he's a great credit to his city. They got a very good, wiser than any of the politicians in New York State, for that matter. Like that Kumo dude. It's bad enough the guy's got a weird name. Is made worse by the fact that he's like not really good whatever his position is. I don't really care. I don't like the dude enough. I don't really care what position he had. That's kind of Rossman's concern anyway. I'm not really in New York, or well, at least I'd invested in New York State. No more invested in California though. I mean, I lived in California, so that's not surprising. Louis Rossmann said that in deeply divided times, the best way to disappoint everyone is to be your own person. What he found was that there are less and less people that haven't chosen a team and thus have become dug in at this point. Subscribing to most of the viewpoints and ideology of said team or maybe it's just the internet that makes it feel that way. To add to what Rossmann said, someone said that they get along with people from both sides. They get along with people from both sides, but can't stand the extremists or folks that blame the other side for their life being in the pooper. Yeah, I can't say the word that was originally there. Personal choices matter 100% more than who's in the White House. I get this all the time, talking to my family or friends when I complain about the left's decisions. Well, I must be a right-winged. Then when I complain about the right as well, I must be a left-winged. Be left-winged. Whenever you try and explain it, people look at you like you're crazy. As if they're saying, well, you have to pick a side. You can't have your own opinion. You know what I say? I don't care about your sides. Politics is a game of deciding which team is going to have their way with you in the shower. Probably should be saying that where I'm at. And take your money, by the way. And they also take your money. I did a recent video about property tax. Hope, change, and unity cannot come from any political or judiciary branch. These things can only be achieved by the people of these United States of America. In the end, it is the people who will make these United States of America great again. And not some justice nor some politician. It will take more than a voting to make it happen. Sometimes it will take the giving of oneself in order to make it happen. And other times it will take the laying down of grudges. Sometimes a little hatred is warranted. Krishna said that tolerance has a limit. Then intolerance becomes a duty. Sooner or later, as Krishna said, you are going to have to stand up for yourself. Sooner or later, you are going to have to stand up to those who do not have your best interest, whether it be politicians, religious leaders, friends, or even parents. That is a part of Dharma. Those people are usually going to be jealous of your success anyway. An eye for an eye will for sure makes the whole world blind. But also, if no one takes the responsibilities after an eye, the world would be blind too. And I thought I would say that.
When we come back, Black History Month first, I want to make something clear. If you're looking for a show that just talks about how much Biden sucks, this is not the show for you. Former Vice President Joe Biden does suck. And I do think he shows some signs of cognitive decline. I'm not speculating. I'll have my doctor on. I'll have a neurologist on to talk about it. And yes, listen, President Joe Biden and, of course, the mainstream media, really, they're not so mainstream anymore, which we'll get to in a second. Hollywood, they're a primary adversary. But a lot of Republicans did nothing. Okay, for 4 years, did nothing. And I'm not just talking about the election, which, we've covered at length here on the program. As a matter of fact, some of the information in the amicus briefs came from yours truly, and I shouldn't be doing that. Republicans had 4 years, and they did nothing about the biggest issue of our time, big tech. Sort of tripopoly, for lack of a better word, but the corporate censorship, the foreign interference that can take place. Rules and guidelines that are really important as we go into the next decade. All the tweets, all the hearings, all the subpoenas, nothing was done. As far as big tech is concerned, they are undefeated against Republicans. And we are filing a major lawsuit February 1st. I bring this up with Republicans because, you know what? Listen, they're not our friends. I know there's the 11th commandment that Ronald Reagan spoke about, and Andrew Breitbart reiterated to me that you shouldn't speak ill of your fellow conservative. But not all of them wear the team jersey. And of course, former Vice President Joe Biden is he's really almost not the main problem in the country. He's a symptom of the problems going on right now. But at what point is it no longer the same team jersey? And we've had conversations with some of these people who hold legislative power behind the scenes and have seen them kowtow because they're afraid of losing maybe their little slice of platform. Well, listen, big tech thinks that they're undefeated because they think that they're untouchable. All the tweets, nothing has happened. But by the end of this year, they're going to have a half Asian Kraken in their L column. Okay, of that you can be certain. Details I can't talk about now. Again, Black History Month first. And Republicans, people don't remember this. I was around when Barack Obama was inaugurated. I was a commentator at Fox News when the Tea Party was started. The rant from Santelli. And I remember Republicans they were painted as the party of no. They were painted as the party, that's all they did, no. And I defended them sometimes. And this, of course, doesn't apply to all Republicans. But that criticism was right. It seems that a lot of Republicans would rather be the party of no than actually use their power for good when they have it. And this is something that's important. You won't only be judged by what you did when you were powerless. You'll be judged by what you did with strength, with power once you attained it. But yeah, I say this because I think that's what I was talking about. Content is more important. But we've had a really big target on our back. And there have been some times where we zigged where had we zagged over the course of the last month and a half, we would have lost everything. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to see this broadcast, pseudo broadcast, whatever you call this right now. And I can't explain. We've been very blessed. I can't explain it. There's been a rhyme and a reason, and it's time to get serious. I'm not just talking about a suit of a post was removed, but hopefully something that sets a serious precedent. To give you an example, so election night. Election night and election morning, we had 15-something million people tune in. And that was, keep in mind, that was after Facebook had completely removed our stream without reason, which, by the way, we still have not been given. So who knows, if we'd just be able to reach the people who have chosen to subscribe and like our pages, call it maybe 20 million. And I don't say that to brag, that's why we don't bring it up. I say it because I'm incredibly grateful. And it's relevant here because there were some powers that be that were very upset that we had more people tuning in than any of their main anchors at ABC, CBS, CNN, Fox News. And the landscape is about to change. And we've had to ready, aim, fire. A lot of people are going off, firing too much. It's been a ready, aiming season. And Black History Month, the 1st, we'll be able to get into some details. My half-Asian lawyer will be there. And I think Landau, too. Because we've all sort of let you into our life. And I think that's actually a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's one of the best aspects of new media for the viewer. That's why legacy media wants to kill it. It's also one of the hardest to juggle for the content creator, especially someone who wants to focus on the content and not on social media drama. So